Okay. So now we have gathered here today to recognize this relationship between Colleen and Kent. This began several years ago at a festival. Now, through the trials and triumphs and challenges of life, Colleen and Kent, now they have found the strength in their love to decide to commit to each other on this very day. They're committing to endure and enjoy everything that's going to come to them in their future. And therefore, witnessing this ceremony here today, we get to observe this outward sign of this inward union that already exists between the two of them. Today, you, beloved family, friends, and guests, you get to come here while they publicly affirm their love for one another and their promises to continue to nurture themselves, each other, and this union. They also get to acknowledge the love that they have for each other. So let's just take just a moment before we start. Today, dear Lord, we're asking for blessings upon this man and woman as we celebrate this momentous occasion in their lives. Grant them happiness and contentment as they establish their home and work together as a family. Explore their depths for one another and for you. Bless their families and friends and relationships which have supported, strengthened, and sustained them throughout all their lives. Bless their home as a place of love and peace. And if times grow hard and tempers grow short, help them to remember to look into their hearts and the love that's brought them here today. So, let us begin. Now, most people, they get married assuming that marriage is this absolutely beautiful box that's full of all these things that they long for together. Companionship, romance, intimacy, friendship, laughter, financial security, joys doubled, sorrows and burdens halved. Most people kind of pick their partners because they think and hope and assume that everything that they have found with that person will either continue or just get better. But the truth is that in the beginning, marriage or an intimate relationship only really gives you a taste of those. You have a box, and a box is loaded with freebies and samples, and soon that box might become empty unless people put stuff into that box, like love and kindness and appreciation. There's no love in marriage. Love is in people, and people put the love in the marriage or keep it out. There's no romance in marriage. People have to add that romance and passion to that relationship, or else the relationship is just going to turn tepid and stagnant. A couple must learn the art and form the habits of giving, sharing, loving, being kind and affectionate, serving and sacrificing, communicating, appreciating, forgiving. Just not sweating the small stuff, being consistent, and so many more. In other words, keep that box full, or else, like I said before, the box will quickly become empty. And that is what happens when one or both of people take out more than they put in. The box becomes empty very, very quickly. So that's why you want to keep that marriage box full and be willing to work at your relationship. When you love someone, you put things in that box. You give, you invest, you build towards a future. If you really don't love someone, but you just say you love one and you really don't, you're not really concerned with that box. Maybe you don't even realize that there's a box, because the relationship isn't about that other person, it's about you. And when you love someone, it's not about you, it's not about them, but it's about both of you. It's no longer just you. And when that relationship is not about just you, then there's that box again. And when you love someone, you don't just put into that box what's meaningful to you. You put what's meaningful to the other person in the box, what speaks of love to that other person. That's what makes love. Giving, sacrifice, self-extension, going that extra mile for that person. We know it's been said that real journey in life, this is interior. It's a matter of growth, a deepening and ever greater surrender to a creative action of love and grace that's within your hearts. Now this is your journey, Colleen and Kent, as husband and wife. You need to learn to bow before this love that's between your hearts that you have for one another. By marrying today, you are choosing to travel to a home that's not a place, but actually an experience that's carried with you on every breath. This is an experience born of this deep love that takes you ever closer to who you are by loving each other, by simply being who you are. So may these promises that you make to one another be lived out to the end of your days and in an atmosphere of the most profound joy. So now, Colleen, if you could please look at Kent. Do you, Colleen, choose to marry Kent? To speak the words that will strengthen your bond with him as your husband for the rest of your days? And then if you could please repeat after me. Kent, I choose you always to be my husband and partner in life. I promise freely from this day forward to be generous with my time, energy, and love. To be patient with you and with myself. To trust you. To be devoted to you and our lives together. And now, do you, Kent, choose to marry Colleen?
I do.
Okay. Well, then, are you still willing to speak these words that strengthen your bond with her as your wife to the end of days?
I am.
So then, if you'd please repeat after me. Colleen,
Colleen,
I choose you always
I choose you always
to be my wife
to be my wife
and partner in life.
and partner in life.
I promise freely
I promise freely
from this day forward
from this day forward
to be worthy of your trust,
to be worthy of your trust,
deserving of your confidence,
deserving of your confidence,
to be generous with my time,
to be generous with my time,
my energy, and my love,
my energy, and my love,
to be patient with you
to be patient with you
and with myself,
and with myself,
to trust you,
to trust you,
to be devoted to you,
to be devoted to you,
and our lives together.
and our lives together.
Now, since the beginning of time, rings really truly have been the symbol of completeness, a symbol of committed love, and as an unbroken and never-ending circle that symbolizes this commitment of love that is also unending. And as often as you look at these symbols on your fingers, be reminded that the commitment of love to each other that you have made here today. Now, Kent, if you could please take Colleen's rings.
It'll be a minute.
There's a couple. And Colleen, if you could please take Kent's ring. And now, Colleen, if you could please place your ring for Kent on his finger and repeat after me. Kent,
Kent,
I gift you this ring
to
to wear upon your hand
wear upon your hand
as a symbol of our unity,
as a symbol of our unity,
love, and respect.
love, and respect.
Let these rings
Let these rings
not serve as locks
not serve us lost,
binding us together,
binding us together,
but as keys
but as keys,
unlocking the secrets
unlocking the secrets
of our hearts
of our hearts
for each other to know
for each other to know
and bringing us closer
and bringing us closer
forever.
forever.
And now, Kent, if you could please place your rings for Colleen on her finger and repeat after me.
Okay.
See, it's not that easy.
Colleen,
Colleen,
I gift you these rings
I gift you these rings
to wear upon your hand
to wear upon your hand
as a symbol of our unity,
as a symbol of our unity,
love,
love,
respect, and trust.
respect, and trust.
Let these rings
Let these rings
serve not as locks
serve not as locks,
binding us together,
binding us together,
but as keys
but as keys,
unlocking the secrets of our hearts
unlocking the secrets of our hearts
for each other to know,
for each other to know,
bringing us closer together
bringing us closer together
forever.
forever.
Now, this selection from Captain Corelli's The Mandolin really speaks to us while we are all here today. Love is that temporary madness volcano. It erupts and then like subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots are so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because that's what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It's not excitement. It's not the promise of eternal passion. That's just what being in love. And that's what any fool can do. Love itself is what's left over after being in love has burned away. This is an art and a very fortunate accident. For those who truly love, have roots that grow towards each other underground, and when all those pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, you will find that you are one tree and not two. So now, Colleen and Kent, you have exchanged vows and rings and consented to marry one another today. And by the authority vested in me on this great and absolutely beautiful state of Colorado, I get to pronounce you husband and wife, partners in life. And for the moment I know Kent's been waiting for all morning. Colleen, please kiss your groom. And if Colleen and Kent, if you could please turn around and present yourselves to your wonderful family and friends, because now that our ceremony is over, you get to experience living day by day.
Oh, joy.
Yes, and you get to go and meet it gladly. So may the sun bring you new energy by day, and may the moon softly restore you at night, and may the rain wash away all of your worries. And may you also live the rest of your days in peace and love and happiness. Congratulations, you are now married.
Thank you.
Yay! You can kiss again if you want.
Thank you,
Thank you everybody for being here.
So thank you all very much for being a part of this celebration here today. This lovely young gentleman behind you, Ken, he's your photographer. He's going to take you for just a few moments and do some photos with you. Congratulations,
All right.
everyone.
Thank
Yay!
you.
I'm going to sneak out of the way. Excuse me. Pardon, please.
Whoa.